Have you ever reached the end of a long day and felt a quiet question rising inside you? Not loud, not urgent, but persistent. Who am I beneath all of this? Between responsibilities, expectations, and the rhythm of everyday life, it's easy to lose sight of yourself, to become someone who is always responding, always adjusting, but rarely listening inward. If you've been feeling disconnected, like you're moving, but not truly living, you're not alone. And maybe this moment right here is where something begins to return. When you've been running for so long, even the idea of finding yourself can feel exhausting, because burnout doesn't just take your energy, it takes your clarity. When you're tired at your core, there's no space left to ask deeper questions, no space to feel, no space to hear your own voice. So before anything else, you don't need to search, you don't need to figure everything out. You need space. Space to rest, space to breathe, space where nothing is expected of you. Doing nothing is not a failure. It's where your nervous system begins to soften. It's where your mind slowly untangles. Sometimes, the first step toward finding yourself is simply allowing yourself to stop. The person you are today did not appear by accident. You were shaped by the environments you grew up in, by the love you received, and the love you had to learn to live without. Maybe you learned to be the good one, the strong one, the one who doesn't cause trouble. Maybe you learned that your needs were too much or not important enough. These patterns often begin quietly in the earliest relationships we know, especially with a mother or a caregiver, not as something to blame, but as something to understand. Because healing doesn't start with judgment, it starts with recognition, gently noticing what you carried and how it shaped the way you see yourself. And in that awareness, something begins to soften, not all at once, but enough to create space for something new. Rediscovering yourself is not about becoming someone new. It's about returning to the parts of you that were always there, quietly waiting. Beneath the roles you learned to play, beneath the expectations you tried to meet, there's a voice, soft, steady, honest. It doesn't shout, it doesn't rush, but it knows. And when you begin to listen, even just a little, you might notice small things. What feels peaceful, what feels heavy, what feels true, and what doesn't. Rediscovery happens in these small moments, not in big, dramatic changes, but in choosing, again and again, to come back to yourself, to honor what you feel, even if no one else understands, to choose what feels right, even if it's unfamiliar. It's a quiet courage, a gentle unfolding, and slowly, the distance between who you are and how you live begins to close. Wherever you are in this moment, you are not behind. There is no perfect timeline for finding yourself, no right way to begin.